Hi everyone, my name is Eva. I wanted to talk to you today about being able to speak with God. I'm also a holistic health consultant, but I thought this would be a good topic to bring to you because I feel like many people are wondering how to go about doing this. And so several things that I wanted to discuss to you around this topic. And I wanted to read two verses, one verse from the Bible in English and in Spanish to kind of, so you're able to hear the difference and you can kind of get used to listening to both the English and the Spanish version. So I'll read the version in English first. This is from the New American Bible. And this is Matthew 7, verse 16. Teaching about fasting. When you fast, do not look gloomy. They neglect their appearance so that they may appear to others to be fasting. Amen. I say to you, they have received their reward. But when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that you may not appear to others to be fasting, except to your Father who is hidden, and your Father who sees what is hidden will repay you. And so now I'll read this version in Spanish. This is La Biblia, Letra Grande, Latinoamérica. So that's what I'm reading to you. And this is Mateo 6, verse 16. Cuando ustedes hagan ayuno, no pongan cara triste, como los que dan espectáculo y aparentan palidez, para que todos noten sus ayunos. Yo sé lo que digo. Ellos han recibido ya su premio. Cuando tú hagas ayuno, lávate la cara y perfúmate el cabello. No son los hombres los que notarán tu ayuno, sino tu Padre que ve las cosas secretas, y tu Padre que ve en lo secreto. So here, when the Bible refers to God as your Father or El Padre, I just wanted to clarify that so that it doesn't throw you off. But I was looking for a verse in the Bible to share with you because I think this is a question that maybe a lot of people have about being able to speak to God. A lot of people don't know how to talk to God. They don't know if God is actually listening, but he actually does listen. And also what he does is, apparently, I don't know if he does this if you need to, where he's not going to interfere in your life if you don't ask him to. So if you do call out his name and you do talk to him, make sure that you do so that he knows to listen in and help you. Otherwise, I've heard recently that he doesn't interfere. But depending on what religion you're in or what your state of mind is, I think it's all individual. So it varies, right? And for some people, it is a divine spirit. So it's not necessarily God, but for the people who are Roman Catholic, or you believe in a higher power in your own religion, you may want to do it that way, where you are calling out for his name. And so second reason why I wanted to share this verse is because I found it really interesting with a coworker from Harvard. I asked him what his morning routine was like and what he implemented, and he mentioned that he actually reads verses from Matthew 5 through 7 in the Bible. And, it's something that not everyone does. And I felt like maybe that's something that could help people for various reasons. First of all, because you're feeding your subconscious, that you've promised yourself that, from any of these verses, they're good habits to implement during the day, and you've actually promised yourself to do the right thing whenever you're making a decision during the day. So I think it's a healthy routine to add in the morning if you can. And you don't have to read the entire Bible. It could just be a small verse so that it doesn't have to feel so overwhelming. What else did I want to share here with you? Oh, yes. And to kind of, when you're implementing this into your routine, it's also very healthy because you're feeding into your subconscious, your identity, and you're not self-sabotaging throughout the day, because you know that God's watching you throughout the day or listening to your thoughts, and you're going to make better decisions depending on whatever scenario is thrown at you during the day, whether it's choosing the right food so that you're not self-sabotaging you. And I bring up this topic because of Dr. Benjamin Hardy, who actually recommends reading a book called Peaks and Valleys. I'm sorry, I don't have the author's name, but I'll add it to the description box. And so Dr. Benjamin Hardy is actually an author of more than a handful of books. And what's interesting about him also is actually he's adopted a son from Guatemala, which is where I'm from. And he's written a lot of great books, and more recently, really interesting books about 10xing. 10x is easier than 2x, and he wrote that in the year 2023. And I highly believe in that because whenever you are identifying yourself and seeing yourself in the future, you're making better decisions for yourself at that present moment. He's also written Be Your Future Self Now, which is also another great book. And more recently, I think he's written a book called Rapid Transformation, The Science of Achieving Impossible Goals, last year. And he's also been featured in Harvard Business Review and CNBC. So, I would highly recommend taking a look at those just to kind of help you. And, another reason why I wanted to bring up this topic is because maybe throughout the day when you're making decisions, you're getting a light tap as far as going straight ahead as opposed to going right where everybody else is going or going left. But your intuition is teaching you to go straight forward. And so maybe by following your intuition, your subconscious, by doing the right thing, you can do the right thing for yourself. You don't always have to follow what everybody else is doing. You can create your own roadmap. What else do I have here that I wanted to share with you? part of the morning routine I think would be healthy to actually implement and add to your list if you can. Go outside, breathe fresh air for about 10 to 15 minutes, and getting sunlight in your eyes is also very healthy. Touching grass, which is something that actually Tim Ferriss does recommend. I know I've watched the video or read it in one of his newsletters where he recommends to taking off your socks and touching grass with your bare feet, because that's also a form of grounding. There are mats out there that you can also do that with. They're called grounding mats to help you with that. The energy of the earth is also very important to touch and to feel with your hands or your body. I would recommend your feet or your hands only, just so that you don't possibly start a new allergy. What else do I have here? I think that's all I wanted to share. And I'm hoping to do these more often for you. But I wanted to get on here and share this. And if you want to get in touch with me, I will be adding my website to the description box below. Have a nice day.